Hi, my name is Cedric Hohnstadt. I own an illustration studio where I specialize in concept art for animation studios and toy companies and advertising agencies. I've worked on projects for end clients ranging from Coca-Cola to Hasbro to Disney. And I've got an idea for a Kickstarter project I'd love to tell you about. I love to study visual storytelling, whether it's animation in movies or comics and cartoons or illustration. If you look at a lot of the old masters, people like Disney's 9 Old Men or Will Eisner in comics or illustrators like Norman Rockwell, they all had this ability to not just do amazing drawings, but to draw in such a way that it made you feel like their characters had real personalities and were alive with their own thoughts and emotions. You could take an old Disney movie and you can turn down the sound and you can tell exactly who each character is and what they're thinking and feeling just by watching. Will Eisner could tell an entire story from start to finish without using any dialogue at all, just poses and expressions. Even in modern times, you've got movies like Pixar's Up, where there's that classic married life sequence where for 4 minutes you see a couple get married and go through their whole lives together, and for 4 minutes nobody says a word, and yet at the end of it you just want to break down and cry. And there's something really powerful about a masterful artist who can create characters that feel like they're that alive. Now, I don't claim to be anywhere close to that kind of ability, but I've got an idea for a tool that will help you to practice to start bringing your own drawing abilities closer to that goal of creating characters that have that spark of life and really connect with an audience. I think as artists, when we draw, it's easier for us to focus on the external parts of a character, things like their anatomy and their facial features and their clothing. It's harder to get in touch with the internal parts of a character, things like their personality and their thoughts and emotions. But if we can do that, if we can reach inside and bring those qualities out in a drawing, that's what's going to make the characters relatable, and that's what's going to cause the audience to care about the story you're trying to tell. Okay, here's my idea. I want to create a different kind of sketchbook. A sketchbook that's been custom designed to help you practice putting that spark of life into your characters. It'll be a sketchbook that's been supercharged. In fact, I'm not even going to call it a sketchbook. I'm going to call it a Sparkbook. Now, this is just a prototype. It'll be approximately this big and this thick. There'll also be a free digital ebook version for those of you that like to draw on the computer. And there's going to be 3 things that'll make this Sparkbook special. First, on the inside there'll be 100 drawing exercises, custom written to help you practice putting that life and personality into your character. Here's how it works. On each blank 2-page spread, printed across the bottom right on the sketchbook paper, will be a short sentence or phrase describing a scene or a situation that your character can respond to. And then you get to play around trying to come up with poses that emote and express and show entertaining reactions to that situation. Each of these little sentences, I'm going to call them sparks because they spark an idea. Each creative spark on the bottom will be written with 4 goals in mind. First, it'll be emotional. There'll be an emotion that your character can show in response to that situation. Second, it'll be physical. It'll be something the character can do with their whole body, not just their face and their hands. Third, it'll have entertainment value. Some of them might be more serious and some are more humorous, but each one will be a common situation that everybody can relate to, so it'll help you connect with an audience. And finally, it'll have a narrative element. In other words, if you wanted to, you could use that scene or scenario as a springboard into doing several drawings that maybe show an entire scene or maybe even a whole short story if you wanted. Here's some examples. Some examples might be trying to stop a baby from crying. What does your character do in that situation? How can you make it entertaining and expressive? Holding a gun for the first time. If someone gives your character a gun, how do they respond? Or after 9 cups of coffee, that one's a little more humorous, but what does your character do when he's all caffeined up? So things like that. That's the first part of what's cool about the book. Second is that sprinkled throughout the book will be 32 pages of instructional content, short articles with illustrations addressing various topics related to this kind of drawing. So you'll do a few pages of spark exercises and you'll come to a short article. Do a few more pages, come to another short article to keep you inspired and thinking. And finally, in the back of the book will be a few pages containing hundreds of additional drawing ideas that you can take with you to future sketchbooks once you get this one finished. If you purchase the Sparkbook, you'll get the physical book, you'll get the free ebook version. I'll also give you access to an online website gallery, probably something I'll create on a social media site like Facebook or Flickr, where everybody who's using the Sparkbook can upload the sketches that they're doing, and you can compare and see how are other artists handling this situation or that scene, or you just be inspired by all the cool stuff everybody's drawing. And if you like the project and you want to contribute more, there's some additional bonus items and rewards you can purchase. You can read about those on my Kickstarter page. Finally, I want to help spread the word about the project, so I'm giving away one of the bonus lists in the back of the book. It's a list of 100 sketchbook ideas. You can print it out right now. It's all on one page. Fold it up and stick it in your sketchbook and take it with you. You can get it either on my Kickstarter page. You can scroll down and look for the blue download button, or you can get it from my website, cedricstudio.com. Just click on the Kickstarter link and you can download it there. I want to spread the word about the project, so feel free to share that link with all your friends. If we raise enough money, the project's going to happen. If we don't raise enough money, probably won't. If we exceed the goal, then there's some neat little features and add-ons we can build into the book to make it even cooler. So that's my idea for my Kickstarter. Thanks for your time. I hope you like it. Have a great day.